C cleaner. Okay. Now on this particular
Okay.
program, I only run one. I run the what they call the registry sweep on C cleaner, and that takes care of all the deficiencies in your system there uh, on that particular part of it. But the other part, the part that really makes your computer slow down is spyware. Okay. I have seen
Right.
spyware programs that I've cleaned out 1,000 spyware programs one setting. I get myself nowadays, I get at least 700 or 800 every 2 weeks. Okay. Now, what
Oh,
happens is the minute you bring your computer up, all these spyware programs come online and they start running. And all it is they want to track where you go on the internet so that they can enhance their internet. Well, all those program running, that's what slows your computer down. So I run a program called uh, um, Super Anti-Spyware. There's two of them. That one is my favorite one. That one gets more of them than anything else does. But there is another one called Malware Bits, and it will do a job. If you're still having trouble after you run that Super Anti-Spyware, Malware Bits, you can jump on and use it, and it might get a couple that Super Anti-Spyware will get, but not won't get, but not
okay.
very often. So those are the
And
two.
those are both
If you run that every two
those are
weeks,
both free too.
yeah, they're both free. In fact, they'll coax you into buying them, so don't buy them. Run the free one because the only difference is they don't. You have to run them manually every 2 weeks instead of having them run continuously. So, anywho, well, it is that time. I wonder if I
Yes.
could. I wonder if Michael, can I talk you into giving the prayer this evening?
Sure. Our Father in heaven, we're very grateful this evening to be able to meet together, especially following the general conference session. And grateful for Steve and his willingness to teach us and help us to learn. Please be with us tonight. Help us to understand what he wants us to know and how we can improve our performance as ham radio operators. And this we pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, so we're pretty much to the end of the other stuff that's on FLDigi is a lot of stuff that I don't use, and I have used it, I just don't use it, like the logging and all that kind of thing. So, unless you want to go into that, I would suggest you learn it on your own. It's not that hard to do. But if you want to go into it, I guess I could help and we could see what we could do about going into the logging end of it and setting that up. Is there anybody that wants to go into the logging end of it?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's start on the Winlink.
I don't plan on doing contesting and I don't plan on doing, anything that takes a logging logging to keep track of everything, but um who knows? You might eventually. So is there anybody else that needed to work on FLDigi for a little while longer? Send messages, whatever we need to try to do. Kim, you mentioned you wanted to see if you were transmitting.
Yes, yeah, because last time you said I was transmitting my carrier wave, but not a message. So I thought, let's see if I went into FL message. Is that the best way to do a quick message for that?
You can do that, or you can click the tune button up at the top, and we can tell you if we're hearing the tone.
Okay, tune.
Okay, it's not keying up your radio.
Okay. What frequency were you on tonight?
Yeah, that might be it. 146.94.
Oh, I was on 145.101.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So let's see. We're on 146.9.
146.94 with a plus offset, minus offset, and a 123 tone. So it's the Yarns Mountain repeater, the Relay Ridge repeater.
Oh. I think the easiest way is for me to shut this down, the FL Digi, and then set it on my computer or on my radio, and then bring it up. Okay, there it is, the Garns. That one down and this one up. There, that's the easy way. Try this again.
Okay. Got carrier, but no audio.
No audio. Okay, so do I need to shut my computer down
You need
and
to
then the radio down?
shut off your tune button because you're still transmitting.
Oh yeah, that'd be helpful.
Okay, and you're using a signal link?
No, I'm direct link. I've got the 991A.
Oh, okay. Okay, so so you'll need to go in and set some parameters. You need to have the 991 won't transmit unless you have it set up to control the frequency. It has to be controlling the frequency or it won't transmit. Unless you've got a signal link hooked up to it. If you've got a signal link hooked up to it, then it doesn't matter. But the
No,
991,
I don't,
there we go. Who's transmitting?
because I'm picking that up definitely.
Yeah, who just sent it?
That was just me clicking the tune button.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I can't remember how, let's see. Have you gone through and done the setup with your 991 from the rexburghams.org website, Kim?
Yes, I had, and then we did the FL Digi and it changed things. Let me
Well, it
see.
should be it should be the same. It should be the same, except
74. 74 is rear, and
have
84.
you got FL Rig up and running?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. And does FL Rig have the same frequency on it that your radio does?
Let's see. FL. Oh, I don't have FL rig up. No,
That's that's one of your problems.
because I've got amp and message and FL Digi.
Okay,
So,
go ahead, go ahead and bring up FL Rig. Have you got it downloaded? Because that's what
and,
controls your radio.
and I don't. So I will have to download that and try another time,
Okay.
I
All right.
guess.
Yeah, if you need to call me through the week, let me know and we can do that. Okay.
Okay.
Dave, what about you? John Jankowski, how about you?
I haven't played with this since you and I were on the phone. I did our Zoom the other day before my net, and I had troubles with the radio, and I haven't tried to break the repeater on Garns yet.
Okay.
But my radio was working, so I didn't have to do a master reset on that Ocean KGQ 10-inch that you were helping me with. To get the radio working again and everything like that. But so I haven't done anything with it since. I've been just too tied up. I'm going to just kind of follow along with you. I mean, I've gotten a lot out of this. I've made notes and I've gotten my configurations, I think, worked out well enough in the software. But having done this all along with you over this past winter from the beginning and not having anything other than my HT, I'm not even able to use the FL Digi properly to monitor the tone, to listen before I broadcast, to do anything that without a splitter. So I'm going to catch as catch can with this mode once I get my my mobile rig back and get that all up and running and focus on Winlink And so I'm good for now.
Okay. Okay. So just a heads up, everybody, there's also, and this is the only Chinese radio that has the 6-pin DIN plug in the back of it. The cheaper type, this one's a quad band. It's almost the identical spitting image in looks and in operation as the 890 8900 Yaesu. So and it's $250. I don't know what shipping is, but it's only $250. So I mean, for a quad band radio, I realize it's FM only. And the other two bands don't make no sense to me, but anyway, but for $250, and you might even find it cheaper than that. I can give you the information. I don't have it right here. If and whoever said, somebody was saying that it worked fine or they were working Winlink. I sent it out on Winlink, and so if you may have gotten it there. So if you're part of the Winlink ERC group, so. But it's a pretty darn nice radio. There was a guy at the ham convention that had a trailer set up, and all he was doing was APRS emergency communications, and he had it set up so people could relay through him there at the park and everything else, and that's what he was using strictly in his trailer was those. He had several of them. And he demonstrated them, and they worked absolutely fantastic, flawless. I don't know how they work for transmitting and receiving a voice and stuff like that, but there's some pretty good reports on it anyway. So, okay,
Which radio was that, Steve?
what's that?
What radio is this you're talking about?
I don't have it right in front of me. I can
Oh,
look.
okay.
Yeah, I could look it up. It'd take me a minute.
That's fine. I thought maybe I just missed it.
Yeah, no, I didn't give you I didn't give you a name. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember.
Steve,
Yeah.
I think it's the HYS 9900.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
HYS the TC
Right.
9900 or something, 9000 or 9900, I think. Yeah. HYS puts it out. So, and HYS, we were using some of them when I was doing installs for John at Mountain Land. He had some HYS handhelds, and they seem to be really rugged radios. So, but again, I've never had this radio in my hands, never operated it. I just know that there's been a lot of good reports about this little mobile radio. It's got 4 power level settings. 50 watts being the highest on 2 meter, 35 watts like the old style being the highest on UHF, but it does 6 meter, 10 meter, 2 meter, and 440. So, okay, back to the training here. So, has anybody else got anything that they want to do on FL Digi? Okay, are we ready to go to WinLink then? Okay, I'll exit out of this.
Winlink, let's go.
Sounds good.
We'll go to WinLink then. Now, we'll probably, as soon as the training's done on WinLink, we'll start the nets back up on the 449-900 repeater, so that we can start doing some check-ins there, and you can get used to checking in on FL Digi. Now they use FL Digi on that one. Now again, let me and the ones of you probably read the email that I sent out, but again, FL Digi is there's one place where FL Digi shines, and that's keyboard to keyboard with a group of people, right? So if you've got a mess of people out there that you're trying to communicate real time with right now, you can communicate with them through FL Digi. If it comes to passing bulk message traffic, and this is my own personal preference, FL Digi WinLink is by far the superior to FL Digi. So, and you'll see why as we get into it. They've got all kinds of forms that you can use, and different modes that you can use on HF, on VHF. You know, there's a lot of different things. So let's go ahead and go into that, and I'll go ahead and bring it up. In fact, it's already up. It's on my other radio here. Okay, so this weekend we had the Henry's Fork Steak checking in. Every other week I try to do a net check-in with the Henry's Fork Steak. So our ham radio operators in the stake send a message to me or to each other or whatever, and we converse back and forth a little bit with Winlink peer-to-peer. So I mean, this is not just over the internet. This is a very powerful peer-to-peer software, and it carries a long ways.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah,
this is David. I am not getting your emails, period. Okay,
I don't know.
I'm not getting them. So
I
just
don't
letting
know.
you know.
Yeah,
So
I don't know why.
whatever you need to do on your end, David at ldspepper.com is not getting your emails.
Yeah,
And I
that's
do
what I'm
not
saying.
have a spam folder.
Yeah, that's what I am setting it to. So I have no idea because everybody else is getting them. So I'm not sure. So,
Hello,
okay.
guys. Hey, gang.
All right, let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the way that that it's set up for me. This is when I've got the net running through for our stake. This is the way my screen looks here. This is the main screen where you receive your emails. You've got your inbox, you've got your read items, your outbox, your sent messages, and you can click on that. Unless you purposely delete them, it sends all the ones that you've read to the red folder. There we go, to the red folder. So you've got drafts, I mean, just like a regular email, the old style email program is, in and out and what have you like that. So, the things that you're going to need for WinLink, of course, is you need to go to winlink.org. And how many of you don't have WinLink downloaded? Everybody's got WinLink.
I do not have it downloaded.
I just need to put everything back in like we did before, Steve.
Okay. Okay, and somebody else said something else?
I do not have it downloaded.
Okay. Okay, so I can show you where to download it. If you go to winlink.org, and I'll put that in right now. She usually goes to it. And that's the first page that you'll come up with. Okay. Can everybody see that? Because I can make it a little bit bigger here. There. Is that better? Okay, so you're going to go where you're going to go from there is you're going to go to downloads. Then you're going to go to users programs. Everybody following? Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're going to go down to WinLink Express install. Now, when you click on that, it'll load it up here in your top right. If you're using Google Chrome anyway, I'll show you how to do this. And this is a foolproof way to do it. It takes one more step or two, but it's a lot better way to actually load it on your computer rather than just clicking on it. Okay, so let me get back over to these and shut it in. I didn't want to do that very bad, but that's all right. Okay.
So can you have WinLink running and FL Digi at the same time?
No.
Yeah.
You can if you're running a sound card interface like DigiRig.
I have a signal link.
Yeah, Signal Link or DigiRig, yeah. But it's confusing because you can't run them simultaneously. You can listen on both like that, but you can't if you're transmitting on one, you can't transmit on the other one at the same time. Okay. Okay. Once it's downloaded right here, click on it and let's see.
Well, that last comment was interesting because I just found out I could run FL Digi and WinLink at the same time. I guess it's because it's using the radio sound card. Hey,
Yeah, who was that just talking?
Jerry, AG7IK.
Okay, I don't even see you on, Jerry. Where are you?
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, so yeah, that's because you're running a signal link, but you can't transmit on both of them simultaneously, is what I'm saying. Right?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking FL Rig. FL Rig I have running at the same time as WinLink.
Oh.
That surprised me because I was having issues getting things to work. I was like, I didn't think that was going to work, but it did.
Oh, okay. So open file, or right click on that and open show folder, and it will come up with your downloads, and your WinLink's going to be right here. How come that's not opening that? Okay, so just left click on it and drag it, just like we did before. Left click on it and drag it over to your desktop. It's a zip folder, and drag it over to your desktop. Okay, once you get it over there, you should be able to. Why is that not wanting to open that? That is weird. I've never had my computer do that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Since the update is what it did. Okay. So just click open and it'll give you this screen right here. And this is the one that you're going to drag over to your desktop. That's the one I wanted to do in the first place, but anyway. And then it went over here behind the.
Okay, I got it downloaded and installed and opened.
Okay. So you'll get this, right click on it. Did you run it as administrator?
I'm not.
Okay.
No.
For the rest of you, left click on it and run as administrator. And it'll give you this screen.
Yeah, I got that screen.
Okay. And then click more info and run anyway. Now there's another thing that I'm gonna have you download. There's a couple of things that you're gonna want to download. And the reason I'm having you do this is because if by chance you're not going to be able to use one software, you can use the other one. It's all one software. It's built into WinLink, but you have to choose which one you want to use. So you're going to want to download Vara FM, and if for the HF users, you're going to want Vara HF. Okay, so you'll want to download those two. So just type in the search engine, type Vara download. Okay. Did anybody not get WinLink installed? Smart aleck, Chris. All right. So then look for EA5 HVK, weak signal software. That's the one that you want to download it from. Is that one right there? EA5 HVK. Now, you're going to get a nag screen that's going to pop up unless you buy the program, and that's totally up to you. It's a once in a lifetime thing for $69. You can buy it and never have to worry about it again. But and I did that. But you can use it without it. The only thing is if you use it without paying for it, it's a slower speed. It's not a lot slower. Don't worry about it. You're not even going to hardly notice it, right? So go ahead and click on that weak signal software, and you'll see HF is the top one and Vara FM is the next one down. So download Vara FM, and I'm not going to go into HF right now.
Which one?
Vara FM.
Well, I see VAR FM high performance HF modem or VAR FM FM transceivers.
Just
Well,
the second one down, just VARA FM
Okay,
for for transceivers.
roger that.
Now this modem doesn't take any extra software at all. Okay. It's standalone. Once it's installed, you don't have to have a desktop. You don't have to know where it's at. Winlink takes care of it for you. There's nothing else you have to do with it. Okay. So once you get it download, go ahead and do just like you did with the other one, drag it to the desktop. And the reason I do that is because, and maybe it doesn't do it anymore, but the old style wouldn't install it properly unless you installed as administrator. So I always install as administrator, but you can go ahead and install that. If you have trouble, let me know.
I've been playing with this the last couple of days, and the VARA is much easier to use than RDOP.
Oh, Vara's by far more easy. Well, and RDOP, there's not that many stations out there that actually use RDOP full time, but there is Vara. It's a lot more popular mode. It's a lot faster mode on HF.
Can we have WinLink Express and VAR FM running at the same time?
Yeah. Well, no, Vara FM you don't need to have running. The only time it runs is when you select Vara FM mode and tell it to open. I'll show you. You don't have to
Okay.
have both of them running at the same time.
Got it installed.
Is everybody got FM installed then? Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you find the UZ7HO sound modem.
Where are you at, Steve?
Pardon?
Oh, go do another Google search.
Yeah, yeah, UZ7HO sound modem. You'll come up with the software packet radio TNC, UZ7HO right here.
HL
Now
sound.
there's times, okay, and packet radio, let me give you a little bit of history, everybody. Packet radio is old school. It's been around for many, many, many years. I started in packet radio when I got my first FM license back in '99. And it's still superior for the amount of hardware that you have to run. In other words, what I'm trying to get at, you can take a TNC or that's a terminal node controller or a sound card modem, right? With a computer. You can set that in your pickup, drive to a high point on a hill, stand up an antenna, and you can be a digipeater up there for the whole valley, clear from Rexburg to Idaho Falls on a hilltop, or even farther. With Vara, you have to have a computer running. That's the whole thing with Vara. It does all the switching, it does all the interfacing, it does everything like that. So if you lose your computer, or you don't have the power to run a computer or whatever, you're gonna lose your link. And you can do digipeating through Vara as well, but again, it takes a computer to do it. So that's the reason I'm going to have you download the UZ7HO sound modem. In case you have to use that and the Vara system goes down, you're still going to have a backup for WinLink. Now, it's the same thing exactly. It goes to the same place. If you're using the internet, it goes to the same place. If you're doing peer-to-peer, it goes to the same place. It's just that you choose what you want to, what you want to use. Now, if you're going to go peer-to-peer, you both have to be on the same software, but we'll get into that after a while.
So anyway, once we're here, we do what?
Okay, so did you download it?
I clicked on personal page.
Oh, you did? Yeah, okay, you did.
Download.
Yeah, let's see. Where is?
I think you clicked on the wrong one, Steve.
Did I click on the wrong one?
I think you want to click on the first one.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so the one that you want to download, this is not the high-speed modem. You want the sound modem 114 zip. Okay, so download the sound modem 114 zip. Now, all this software, put in that folder on your desktop so that you know where it's at. Okay, because you're going to have to reference this and set it up and everything, and once we get going on it.
Okay, got it downloaded.
Okay, got it. Just go ahead and install it.
Okay.
And if it asks for a shortcut, go ahead and put a shortcut up, and because we're going to be using the shortcut. Go ahead and let it install a shortcut or on your desktop. Because this one you will need to get to. The Vara you don't.
I guess I'm a little behind. This part,
What? You
I'm
should,
not. You've already set me up, haven't you?
well, yeah, you should already have the UZ7HO in yours. Unless it's on the old computer that you had. You should be able to, because you need to find it. If you put it on your desktop in that file folder, it should be in there. It'll say,
Well, okay.
So what it'll say is, I put mine under UZ7HO, but it'll just get you to give, okay, let me zoom in on that a little bit. Ah. That's all far as it'll let me zoom. It'll just look like a little modem right here, and it'll say Sound Modem EXE.
Inside that folder?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. When you download it and install it, it'll give you this whole thing. And this may not, until you get it installed, you're not going to see this little modem though. I was just telling Curtis that's what his will look like because he should have had his installed already. So at least that's what the plan was. So okay, has everybody downloaded
Yeah, I pulled.
and installed it? Okay. Has everybody got it installed?
Well, I ran the zip.
Okay. Okay, so did it give you a shortcut on your desktop?
Let me go look.
It did not.
It didn't?
It did not. No,
Okay. Okay,
but I'll
so
find it.
yeah, just type in your search, just type in UZ7HO.
So, yeah, I've got it up and running. It came up and ran. I just don't have a desktop icon for it.
Oh, I see. Well, you won't get that little, I don't think you'll get that little icon until after you've run it. So,
I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to pin it to the taskbar so when it goes away, it's still here.
okay, now remember though that it will put it one in your taskbar when you're using it, right?
Right, but if I
So
pin it to my taskbar, I can open it from the taskbar.
Only thing is it'll put another one down there once you get it started because you're gonna have to shut it off. In other words, it's easy to start more than one modem and it'll screw you up big time. So look for that little icon on your either on your taskbar or over in that arrow that's over by your time and date, the up arrow. It might be in there, but make sure that you're not running more than one of them at a time because it'll mess you up big time. So let's go ahead and get Vara up and running. That's about the easiest, and then we can worry about Packet afterwards. That dang share screen thing is right in the way. Okay.
Oh, you want to open the Winlink? Oh, I thought you said Vara. Sorry.
No, open Winlink. You don't ever have to open Vara. Winlink will do that for you. But you do have to open the UZ7HO when you get ready. Okay. So up here at the top on the right about the center of the screen, you click on that little arrow next to open session to the right of it, and you can go down here and select several different modes. Okay. So the mode that we're going to be working on for tonight is going to be Vara FM Winlink. Okay.
Okay, but for those of us who just downloaded, there's a whole setup page we have to go through.
Oh yeah,
Call
by the
sign,
way,
password.
that is right. And you've got to register with Winlink. So let's do that first. So what you're going to want to be is in Telnet Winlink for now. So on that, in that arrow over there, select Telnet Winlink. It may already be selected. And then go into setup. And if it didn't pop up automatically, go into Winlink Express at the very top, and it'll give you this screen right here. Let me minimize this. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. So
Okay.
what?
Uh,
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, I had all those things there and I must have downloaded it again. So now I need to set it back up. Sorry.
Well, if you've got it already, it should have just. Have you got it in your computer twice now?
Well, I just saw the same thing, and as soon as you put your call sign and password in, it will populate, so it's still there.
Okay, go ahead and go ahead and fill it in, Curtis, and I've had that do that too, is populate by itself. It'll fill in all the information once you put your call sign and your password in, because it saves that at the server. So now all it
I have
takes,
to do my password.
yeah, you have to have
Do I have to?
password.
Great one.
Okay. Oh, I'm sure I've got one. Thank you.
Yep. If you don't, you might have to contact Winlink tomorrow and have them help you with your password reset. Or you can look it up online. I've done that before and I just don't remember how to do the reset, but so you don't have to change any of this other stuff. This other stuff, unless you've bought, if you buy the program, then you'll have a code right there that you need to load in right here. But
Yeah, and I can't find mine from when I bought it years ago.
well, they'll have that information. So, and yeah, if you haven't checked in, if you don't check into Winlink for a year, you go dormant. It doesn't mean that you're gone from their system. It just means that you go dormant. And once you re-register, everything's still there. Or reconnect to them. So anyway, once you get all this filled in, let me know. Make sure you put your grid square in here.
Yeah, they won't let you go on.
Yep,
You can't collect $200 and pass go if you don't.
that's right. I never could collect $200 and pass, and I just went to jail every time. So there you go. They knew me well there.
I think my grid square is in Idaho ERC.
We're probably all DN43 something something.
Yeah, it'll be DN43, but you can look up grid square locator in Google search and put your address in there, and it'll tell you what your grid square is. Or you can go on QRZ. Except I don't know if it gives you the full on QRZ. I'm not sure if it gives you the full grid square.
I think real quick, I put in the chat where it says what it says. You're supposed to go to winlink.org, log in, and you can get your registration key if you need it again. If that's what you were missing, if you need your password, they might be on there too, but I don't know. But I think if you go to where's my one that I'm looking for?
Yeah, it's in QRZ.
Okay.
So
Okay.
QRZ, or if you go to Live Central.
So once that's all in, then what? You just close that, or I clicked update.
No. Yeah, click update. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just a second, David. Did it give you 6 digits? Six characters. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you click update, it should come back if your call sign's or if your password's correct. it'll come back and okay. And the ones that have not registered yet, you'll get an email. And I'm not sure if you have to connect to them to do it or if it'll just send it to you. So once you click update, check your inbox.
It says there is one more step to complete the registration process. You must make a connection to one of the Winlink system servers, CMS. You can
Yeah,
do this
that's
by
what
using any connection protocol, including Telnet.
that's what I thought. That's why I use Winlink, is because we haven't got the radio hooked up yet. So go ahead and make the connect. All you have to do is click open session, and it'll give you this screen right here, and it'll say ready, and just click start.
It's really weird because I don't have any pull down when I click open session.
No, it's next to open session.
Oh, saved items.
Yeah, you have to be in Telnet right here, the arrow. Click the
Hang on.
arrow.
I'm not
Okay.
looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that box, so I'm going to close it and reopen it.
It says
Are
I
you
need a
full screen?
registration. Sorry.
Are you
Says I
doing
need
it?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Says I need a registration key, so I'm going to check email.
You got to pop up. You just exit out of it and go ahead and do it anyway. That's the nag screen on Winlink. The Winlink costs you like $25 for a lifetime if you want to get away from the nag screen.
Oh,
I can
okay,
click on
so
open sessions and then it opens up the session. I go to the settings and set up that stuff.
No, just click start. It should give you the ready indicator right here.
Okay.
Get it?
Look, yeah.
Okay. So that means you're connected to Winlink, and it should say Telnet Winlink session at the top. Just click start.
yeah, so mine said connecting to CMS, connected to CMS. Then gave a call sign, blah blah blah, end of session.
Yeah, did a message and then disconnected.
Okay. Okay, that's good. You should have received a message in your inbox from them once you connected. If you didn't, you might have to reconnect to just do it again and see if it leaves you a message.
Yeah, I don't have a message in my inbox.
Yeah, neither do I.
Okay, try connecting again.
I'm gonna exit and then come back in.
Connecting to CMS, connected to CMS.
So do I
Hey,
need
now
to exit out of this?
exit out. If you're done, yeah, if you're set up, you can exit out of it.
Okay.
Okay, so the only time that you're going to use Winlink Telnet is if you're on the internet. You can't use it. There's no sense in using it anywhere else. There's no place else to use it other than the internet. I'm sure you guys know that already, but just thought I'd throw that in there.
I'm not getting it to send any messages, so.
Don't they need a different frequency? This is KG7GZL. So they need to go to a different frequency.
You do unless you're using Telnet. Telnet goes over
Telnet's going out over the internet.
Yeah. So yeah, if we'll get into that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Well, let me just that won't work.
Are they trying for on Vara FM?
No,
Okay.
Winlink Telnet.
Okay, all right.
Winlink Telnet.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so we're already hooked up with our radios. All our radios are set up properly. Let's go ahead and everybody is sent a message to Winlink, correct? Nobody's still lagging behind there.
Yeah, but I just haven't gotten anything in my inbox from the 3 messages I
Okay,
sent.
so they may not do that anymore. It's been so many years since I got into Winlink. I've been in Winlink for so many years. It's been a long time since I've had to do that. So,
Steve,
what was that?
I just turned my radio on and turned off the volume. Sorry.
When I click that box, and I used to have all those options on there. All that's in there now is inbox, read items, outbox. I don't have the option to choose Telnet or Vara.
Up here at the top.
What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it say Winlink Express and then the number and your call sign at the top?
Yep. Exactly. Do I
And
need to
where it says
restart
open
it
session,
maybe?
if that's grayed
Are
out,
you,
that's
have you got
grayed
it
out.
set to full screen? Click full
Uh,
screen.
I do. Okay, got full screen. Oh, there it is.
Okay. That's what I
Sorry.
thought.
Thank you.
My
Yeah.
win- my Telnet Winlink is grayed out.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I
Can you,
can't do the pull down. It just says open session Telink is grayed out.
does it show Telnet in it?
Yeah.
Okay, then you didn't get registered, I don't think.
Well, I
Or if
just
you've
went.
got it open in the background, maybe, because I think it
No.
grays out as soon as you open it.
Yeah, make sure that you don't have more than one open.
I'll look.
Because I think, Steve, when you clicked on yours and you had that open session open, you're telling that one link up there completely, I think, grayed out. So if you click on open session, Steve, if you.
Oh
is that
yeah,
okay?
if you don't exit out of it, then it will be gray. See, like if
Yeah,
I
so
open
he may have it
session
open.
right here, see it'll gray it out. I'm open session right here now, and it's
Okay.
grayed out. I can't click it again. So this
Yeah,
box is open
I
somewhere.
just purged everything I had opened except for Zoom. I got it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go down to Vara Winlink FM, Vara FM Winlink. Left click on it. Okay, open session. Now you'll get two screens that pop up. Let me make this smaller again so that so you guys can see it a little bit. Or this one. I
only got one screen open.
You should have this one. If you clicked open session.
Yeah.
Well, Steve,
Yeah.
I have never been able to get it to open the dashboard at the same time that I open the session. I always open the dashboard first manually and then open the session, and it'll give me a warning saying I've already got one open, but it lets me proceed.
Yeah, it didn't. It
I've
didn't open up the gauges.
I've never ever had that. Never ever had that issue. So, okay. So
Yeah,
let's.
I don't have any gauges either.
Well, you will. If you
Okay.
look down at the bottom, can you see where my pointer is right here? There's a
Yep.
little colored box. You see the
Yep.
little colored box? Click on that little colored box.
Oh, duh.
Hey, Steve,
Well,
quick
that's a
question.
good thing to know. Yep, got it.
Okay.
Steve,
It
quick
just didn't
question.
pop it. It minimized. It opens up minimized is what you're saying.
Right.
Are you
Okay.
using DigiRig, Steve, or are you using Signal Link? Or,
I'm using the Signal Link.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go into settings right here first. TNC setup.
Mine disappeared.
Oh, nifty.
Okay, and it should say 127.127.0.0.1. And then the port should be 8300
Yep.
and the data port is 8301.
Yep.
Okay. And then the next one should have automatic launch Vara TNC when sessions starts.
Yep.
Okay. Nothing else should be, you don't have to worry about anything else. Just click update. Now, and then it restarts. Yeah,
Yep.
right. Okay. Okay. Now let's go into settings right here and
Where?
and
Oh,
right
yeah.
here on your Vara modem.
Okay.
And go into Vara setup.
Yep.
And you'll get this screen.
Ready.
Okay.
Okay, just a second. Where I was looking Vara, which
Go down to your
what's the-
taskbar and click on that yellow and blue and green and red icon.
Are we in Vara FM? Is that where we're in?
Yeah, we're in Vara FM.
Okay, and then go to Vara settings. Setup. Okay. All right, I'm with you. Sorry.
Okay, you should have this screen, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. Now yours is going to say narrow here because you haven't paid for it. So it's yours going to be a narrow signal.
I paid
So
for
that
it.
just leave that there. And then at the next one down, type in your call sign -7. Now the reason we do that is so if we have to, we can digipede through one another. Like for instance, if I couldn't get to Kim direct, I could go through KB or KG7 GCL first as a digipeater and then to Kim. Okay, so you can do that. You can do that with VARA FM, and you can, and it works extremely well. On this other side, oh, change this to 6 tries. You don't need to have it set as many as 10, but I changed mine at least to 6, and then check mark both of these. This one right here does not need to be checked.
How'd you get to that screen right there?
This one with the
Yeah.
orange. Click.
No,
click,
well, you know, go ahead.
click settings and sound card and VARA setup right here.
You have the gauges up on your screen, or you don't see that yet, Curtis?
No.
Oh,
Well,
you don't have
I bought the gate.
Oh, okay. If you go down to your taskbar and look for that little color right here, see where my pointer is? There's a little
Yeah,
colored box
okay.
on your task.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got it. VARA setup. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Sorry.
Okay. And then go ahead and I'll give you just a second. We'll go ahead and enter in your call sign -7 and your tries is 6, retries is 6. And you can change that to 10, but if you haven't connected by 6 tries, you ain't going to connect usually.
So under the VAR license, we don't leave it blank unless we purchased it.
No, you don't need yeah, it'll
Leave it
just
blank.
stay with the narrow. You won't get as fast a speed as all. That's what I'm yeah.
Well,
And
I'm just
Winlink's the
saying,
same way.
I'm
Both of
just saying in
those,
the-
both of those programs, you'll get a nag screen that you just have to exit out of from time to time.
Okay, I'm just saying on the setup screen in the VAR license section, we leave that blank unless we purchase the license. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now down there, do we need to have that check mark where it says KISS interface?
Yes, KISS interface. That these two are the allow VARA to check for updates and KISS interface. That's the only 2 check marks. And then on this side, you'll just put your call sign. Don't worry about your registration number. Just put your call sign.
Steve, what does the -7 indicate?
-7 is what we use in packet radio as a node or a digipeater. So for instance, like Rex node the Rex node, the Rex digipeater on APRS is my call sign -7 is what that is for that one, right? So that, but the tactical call sign is Rex. So, but that's what it is. It's a node or just a carryover from a node or a digipeater. Okay. So once you've got that set up, go ahead and close it and go back into settings and go into sound card.
So you're up on now. Where did you go to there? I wasn't watching. I'm sorry.
Go back. I'm sorry, I done it quick. So go to settings again, and then the next
VARA.
one down.
Okay,
Yeah,
settings of VARA. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Sound
then
card.
that's your sound card. And you'll get this screen, and I'm gonna make this so you can see it a little easier, I think. See if I can.
Should they both be the USB codec? The
Yep.
output?
Yeah,
and
they both need to be the USB audio codec. Same one you was using for FL Digi.
So Steve, question for you while they're working on that. So if you're running the DigiRig, your view meter, shouldn't it bounce up like that? Because I was pretty sure that when I used before it was.
Now what now?
So you see how on your view meter, you're bouncing up between, the last tick in the green and almost red on the
Yep.
view meter?
Yep.
So if you're using a DigiRig, should it not be up there as well?
No, it should you should try to set them all at right around 2 o'clock.
So the question is, I was working with somebody and it was flatlined in yellow. It's still connected and still worked. We checked a few things. I just wasn't sure if it was a DigiRig issue, and I was pretty
Well,
sure
and
when I
if you're
used my
down,
DigiRig, it worked.
if you're down that low, you're not going to get the speed out of it that you need. Okay. So with the DigiRig, you have to go into your computer sound settings. Not that's the only place you can set it.
Which
So
we checked that, everything looked good, but I don't know.
well, I know, but you can't set that the same way as you do on the signal link. You can't set that for 0.0 dB. You have to increase it past that point. Now on a DigiRig, and I'll get with you on that because I don't think anybody on here is using the DigiRig. Are you? Nobody's using DigiRig, right?
I am, Mike.
Oh, you are? Okay, you're going to need to set the sound card push to talk too. So I'm glad you meant, I'm glad we run across that. So once you get these two set this slider bar, set it up to about, just a click below -4. Okay. Once you've got that set, go ahead and click OK or close. Now, for the ones that have got DigiRigs, click on Setup again in Vara. Go to PTT.
Okay.
Okay. That'll give you this one. Now you're gonna want to set your COM port. Click on COM port.
Okay.
Now, do you know what COM port your DigiRig was assigned? Okay.
Yes.
Right click on the bottom of your screen right here on these 4 blue windows. Right click right there and go up to Device Manager and left click on Device Manager.
Okay, Steve, this only applies to DigiRig, not Signal Link?
Yeah, this step right here only applies to DigiRig.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Find your COM port settings, your port, COM and LPT, and click the little arrow next to it. And it should say something like, read me what it says, Curtis, in yours. Oh, you're muted. Mike, read me what it says on yours. On
the ports, comms, and LPT.
Yeah.
It just shows the Silicon Labs CP 210X USB to UART bridge, COM3.
Okay. It doesn't say that's the only one it shows under there.
Yeah, but it does show on COM3.
Yeah.
And I think when we set up FL Digi before, why it was COM3 that we had to set on mine. I don't see that USB serial port though.
Should be the same. But is your DigiRig plugged in right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead and select COM3 then. So exit out of that.
Okay.
And then click COM3 and RTS.
RTS. Okay.
Okay. Then go ahead and close. For the rest of you, you're gonna keep that on Vox, and we'll worry about this in a minute. Okay. Okay. So
Steve?
Yeah.
On mine, the view meter is bouncing between red and green, mostly in the red. Is that a problem?
Yeah, so you'll need to okay, so on the DigiRig, there's a special place you have to go to. So go into right click on your little speaker icon down in the lower right hand corner.
Sure.
Okay, go into sound settings.
Right.
Scroll down to where it says more sound settings. You'll get this box.
Steve, your other ones weren't popping up for some reason. So I'm not sure. So just to be sure that they followed you. I don't know if they saw it because like I don't even see your speaker icon down there for some reason.
You
So
won't. This is a different screen.
Okay, just in case they were trying to follow exactly what you were doing, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Okay, so Mike, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to go into recording right now and find that USB audio codec that you're using.
Okay. I got it.
Okay, now there's a read me across the top or double left click on it
Okay.
on the sound card.
I have general, listen, custom levels, and advanced tabs.
Is there something like advanced, or
Yes, advanced. Uh-huh.
if you click it? No, that's not it. It's not advanced,
Levels,
not levels. What's it?
custom, AGC.
Custom. Go in there and make sure that box in there is unchecked. I don't remember what the name of it is.
AGC.
AGC, that one. Make sure it's unchecked.
Okay, that did it.
There you go. Okay.
Sweet, thanks.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we want the VU meter set right, right as close to 2 as possible. I'm a little hot, but I can adjust it. But you already know that your sound card, or that your speaker and your microphone is set properly in Windows. We've already done that when we set up FLDigi. So the adjustments that you're going to make is on the signal link. Now remember where you had it set for FLDigi, because you're going to want to put it back there for FLDigi. For Vara FM, adjust your receive level, your RX, adjust your RX down or up to match the 2 o'clock position where my needle is jumping.
Comment.
David, go ahead.
My VU's not doing anything.
You don't have the right sound card chosen.
Yes.
Oh, do you have your squelch open?
On my radio?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you can turn the volume down so you
User
don't have
headspace. I'm set at 145.0.9 0.90. Is that the one we're using, or wasn't it 0.10?
We're not going to use either one right now. When we connect with Vara, we got to connect to it, whatever the repeater's on.
Okay, so go back to what you were telling us about the rest.
Okay.
You want us to adjust the TR and XR?
The RX, just like I say, remember where it sets for FLDigi, and then adjust your RX to match the 2 o'clock position with the same place mine is at.
How do you adjust it again?
What's that?
How do you adjust it there on the U meter?
With the RX on the signal link.
Well, I'm a lucky guy because
never mind.
Mine's the same for both, so I'm a lucky camper.
Yeah, so I like easy.
I do
Easy
too.
is good, Dave.
Okay, has everybody got it set the way they want it? All right. Okay, so I'll bring up the other screens here that I minimized. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's go over to what we're going to do is on your open screen session, this one right here. This
One
open
that says
screen,
Vara.
the one that says Vara FM Winlink session and your
Yep.
call sign. Yep. Click channel selection. Now click update via internet.
Update table via internet.
Yep.
Bam.
Okay. Now you'll see the frequencies that these are setting on. So the frequency in megahertz, that's where they're at, right? So the main ones around here is N7 SGE on Relay Ridge. Is what usually the one probably is the farthest reaching. N7 RGS and Shelly has got one on 438-300. INEL does not have one up and running. I give up on that one. And then I've got one on 438-500, but you'll never reach mine unless you go through the Relay Ridge, because it's on a short little antenna, right? So it's made just mostly for the locals around here when I first set it up, because we had the big one on Relay Ridge. I didn't have to have mine up very high. So what we're going to do is select N7 SGE. So double left click on N7 SGE. Okay. now go back over to your setting or over to your VARA with the VU meter and everything on it. And one at a time, I'm going to have you do this. Click on settings and go back to sound card. And it'll give you this auto tune indicator right here. Click on auto tune. It'll give you this screen. Type N7SGE-10 in that screen. Make sure your radio is set for 438 800.
Seven SG.
Yep.
Now you're gonna ask me to remember how to change my frequency on my radio.
Right.
So this is going over the radio, not the internet?
Yeah, this will be going over the radio.
Okay, so
What's
I
the
need to get
frequency
off
again?
of the. Okay.
What do you say, David?
Oh, I'm
So I
just
need-
trying to remember what frequency you said to change it to.
438.88.800.
Yeah. Okay, David Gilmore, what did you say?
So I need to get off the Garn repeater, I guess,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yep.
so I gotta go.
Oh, I'm gonna have issues there.
Okay.
Hey, this is Brett. I
can't
was
remember.
wondering, how do we get to the sound card thing?
It's on your VU meter. Or the ones
Okay.
Yeah. You click on settings and then go to the sound card.
Copy that.
Okay, so sorry, Steve. So I got the radio set at 438.300. Then I come back down to the VARA. I go to settings. I go to sound card.
Yeah, sound
Then
card,
I
and
do
then-
auto tune.
Yeah, click on auto tune. Did you say
And-
I thought I might have misunderstood you. Did you say 438 300 or 800, David?
300.
Oh, yeah, okay, 800 is what you wanted on.
Oh,
Because I won't hear you, I don't think, unless you go at 800. Because
okay. So second channel selection. Because I thought you said we were supposed to go to N7RGS-10.
oh no, I said you can, but for this one, I said N7RG SGE-10.
Yeah, because
Okay.
GS is hard to get to, and the GE TAC 10 that Steve was saying, that's the one up on Relay Ridge. So the 300, it doesn't work very well. So yeah, you
Well,
don't
the
want
one-
that.
He's
Which
down.
is the one in Shelley.
Yeah, that's David. That's or I mean that's yeah, Dave, N7 RGS. But
Steve?
I want to be able to. The reason I'm having you do it here, David, is because I want to be able to hear your tones.
Right. Yeah, I'm there.
So yeah, okay.
Steve, you're gonna have to help me on my Kenwood 71A. I can't remember how to change frequency.
Okay, so
Common problem.
click the function key and hit the VFO knob in.
Then VFO.
Oh, wait a
button.
minute. You're not okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
I can't change frequencies because I don't remember.
you're on the 71.
Yeah.
Okay, so click the VFO button on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Okay. Now what does it say?
145.0.1.0. I mean, one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So if you
You'll be able
put,
to just use the keypad to put in the 438.
Yeah, my keypad's
Yeah.
not doing anything.
right, so
Uh,
you should be able to push. Ah,
I can't. I'm gonna have to read up. I may have to just do this later with you.
I
okay.
think it's the whatever side you're on. I think it's push the button. The number should start flashing, and then you use the big button to adjust the actual.
Yeah, but he's got to go to the band first.
I gotta get to 70 first.
So go back to your memory channel and go to where you have a UHF frequency programmed in.
Stand by. Okay.
Okay. Now hit the F key and the VFO. Hit the F key first and then the VFO, and that'll put that memory into your VFO mode.
What? Just went back. The F key and then VFO. Okay.
Okay. Now push the big knob and roll it down. Push the big VFO knob in once and roll it to 438.
Okay.
Now go to 800. Now push it again and then rotate the other to 800, the last three.
Thank you, sir. And then hit VFO or just leave it.
No, just leave it. Just leave
Roger
it.
that. Okay.
Okay. All right, David Gilmore, you said you were ready. Let's go ahead and do yours. So up at the right-hand corner, if you've met in that box where it brought up the call sign, I had you put N7SGE in there. You know which one?
Yes, but I put -10.
Yeah, N7SGE-10. Yep, that's correct. Okay, over on the right-hand side of that, click that little power plug.
Okay, I'm sending 2 of 10, 3 of 10, 4 of 10.
Yep, and he's answering you. There we go. Okay, somebody else is transmitting. Don't do that because he's not going to get an accurate reading if you're keying up your radio. Try it again, David, because it probably didn't do it. Everybody else, leave your radios alone. Okay, go ahead and do it again, David.
Sending 2, 3, 4. And waiting for a response. No signal.
No signal. Okay, let me try it here. It might not be working, but you're definitely got it loud enough. So,
now I have my well, it's all the way open.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Are you sending something?
Yes, I am. I want to see if Steve's okay. So you see what it gave me right here. It automatically set my drive level clear down to 0. That's because I got my gain set really low on my signal link. So, but anyway, that it adjusted everything accordingly. If it's something needs to be turned up or turned down, it will let you know that. So, David Gilmore, what is the TX knob set at on your signal link?
At 10 o'clock position.
Okay, so that should be pretty close.
RX is at 9.
Okay, it's getting time. We got to get over to the other net anyway, but yeah, so you can go ahead and mess around with your TX knob and see if you can get that to come back to you. But go ahead and send messages back and forth to each other and or to me or whatever, and I'll send them back to you. And you guys can try it and see if it works. Let's see. Oh, Dave, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Steve. And I just as a kind of a yes or no for you here, narrow versus wide on the band. It's relative.
Yeah, if you haven't paid for it, go with the narrow because it won't let you transmit wide anyway.
And I can't with my current signaling setting at 1200 baud without doing all that hooba juba that's recommended on the when you're configuring. So when these elected nodes and Steve Earle's node, is 50 miles away and you're 52, you guys are running wide is what it says. Is that going to be a limitation when I'm running narrow?
Nope. Our stations will automatically adjust to whatever you're sending to.
That's great news.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could attempt to calibrate with Steve Earle's -10, even though I'm narrow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not sure why, David Gilmore, I'm not sure why. See, it's telling me, see this little arrow right here? It's telling me that it wants me to turn my gain up. Okay. Now, if you're running an older signal link, you may have to turn it up a long ways. The newer signal links with the new hardware on the inside of them, I've just barely got those cracked open. But the other one, I almost have to turn it up all the way. Well, at least past 11, 10 to 11 o'clock. So they just don't have the audio gain that the new ones do. So, but it'll
Hey,
tell
Mike.
you, you know.
My device input is line USB audio codec, and my device output is speakers USB audio codec.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Yep. All right, you guys. Well, like I say, I check my Winlink twice a day, or even more a lot of times. But usually, if I get a Winlink message, it'll tell me on APRS. It's totally different frequency and totally different animal, but I've got it set in my beacon to send out Winlink in my beacon, and that will automatically signal Winlink that I'm listening on APRS, and it will send me a message telling me I've got a Winlink message. So I don't miss very seldom miss anything. So I'll be able to get your messages if you send them to me. So
Well, we don't know how to send messages.
okay, that's true. You don't, but just up here at the top left-hand corner, you see where my arrow is?
Yeah.
Click on that. Click on left click on that, and it'll come up with this screen. There's your to field. Don't forget to put a subject line in, or it won't take it. You have to have a subject line. And that this is when and it'll say Winlink messages right here. And then once you get the message typed in and your subject line and everything, and who you're now when you're sending it to somebody that's on Winlink, you can just send it to their call sign. If you're sending it to an email address like a non-ham radio operator, you have to put in the full call sign, the full address, full email address. So if you're sending it to your daughter in Uba Cuba Juba over somewhere, like you'll have to put the whole email address in there. Anybody that's not a member of Winlink has to have the full email address. Okay.
You mean if I'm sending to like joan@gmail.com?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you can separate it with a semicolon and send it to more than one person at a time. Okay.
Dave, you were having us send to that repeater 438-300. What's the offset and tone on that repeater?
438, no 800. It's all simplex.
All simplex. Okay.
No tone. No tone.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, and then once you get your message typed and everything, you click post to outbox. You'll see it in your outbox right here. See, I've got one in my outbox that I tried to get back to Reese before he disconnected, but I didn't make it. But anyway, my station is on all the time, so I'll be able to see you connect or I mean get your messages when you connect. Once you click open session and start, it'll go through the connect procedure. Like right now, I'll just do it right here. So if I click open session, it's already
You
open.
already have it open, Steve.
Okay, so it's open. I'll click start. And it'll go out and connect it. Now remember, it's going to be slower than Telnet is. Now you can watch that over here. You can watch the happenings over here, what's happening on the screen. It's kind of cool to watch. Now you'll watch, if you receive a message, there's a green line that'll come across here, all the way across. If you're transmitting, it'll go back up the other direction, all the way to the end.
You have a new message.
Yep, so I've got one new message from Mr. Chris. So anyway, that's what, if you have any questions, call me. I got to get out of here. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Steve, for all you do.
You bet. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for humoring me. This is my passions, as you can tell.
Appreciate it all.